Welcome to another episode of Ballas Union. Our point guard is currently celebrating the Lakers' number one seed in the West. So, I guess there's a big party at the Staples Center. I'm unaware about. But we got CP at shooting guard,
Yes, sir.
Goldie at small forward,
No doubt.
Gio at the forward, and Smash holding down the paint at center.
We haven't picked up anybody off waivers yet?
Nah, Smash been doing his thing, man. He's walking triple double now.
I'm on load management. I need to come off the bench.
You the sixth man now?
Yeah.
He said,
I'm Jamal Crawford.
What's going on, fellas?
Another day in paradise.
How's everybody's week been?
Quiet, man. Just I was enjoying watching basketball. I tried to be a virtual fan, got denied. So other than that, I'm good, I guess.
Yeah, you
was gonna buy a ticket.
They didn't want a true fan in there, man. They didn't want a true fan in there.
Not if you're gonna boo them.
No, I wasn't gonna boo. I'm gonna cheer my Rockets on. It was just kind of like. It's weird though. It's weird. They only take 320 people, so you have all those people waiting to get in, and they select a handful.
Well,
Yeah.
they'll make the playoffs, so you can maybe get in for one of those games.
Wait, say it again.
I said I got picked to be the voice for a virtual fan.
Well, we know that fan got kicked out. A Chicago Cubs fan. Come on. A Bulls fan. Come on.
Well, talking about MLB, there's a lot of talks about the season might get canceled. And then All-Star, well, we already know about the Marlins. We talked about that and the Phillies last episode. So now we have another situation with the St. Louis Cardinals. Allegedly, they went to the casino and whatnot. Like they left the hotel when they were supposed to be quarantined at, went to the casino, and now 7 players tested positive, 6 staff members, 13 in total for the Cardinals. A couple of big names, Molina and DeJong, the shortstop. Those are both all-stars right there, tested positive for COVID-19.
Sounds like they took a gamble.
And lost. And lost. Colbert is still undefeated, folks.
Right.
Now, just like the last episode, man, we talking about this. It's like, why can't you guys just do right? This is what you do for a living. This is just your job. Like, stop acting like little kids and go straight home from the ballpark, man, so that you guys can have. Now, if they cancel the whole season, they start cashing the checks. Then they'll start the screaming bloody murder, right?
Right.
Of course. Yeah, they're talking about cancel the season. So the commissioner gave out a statement. He put out a statement before this Cardinal incident news broke. But he basically said, it's like, you guys need to get your stuff together or I'll just cancel this whole season. And at first, when that statement first came out, I'm like, they were following your regulation, your guidelines.
Right.
It'll say so, like, you the one that set the precedent, and like they followed it, and now you talking about canceling for doing what you said.
I mean, that's right up Rob Manfred's alley though, because he don't know what he's doing.
This is true.
It make you wonder though, like what really goes on during the regular season when we wasn't in COVID. If they doing this when we in a pandemic, what were they doing when they had all the freedom, man? Like
you want the truth?
It's like what's really going on?
You want the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, so depending on what era of baseball, so if you guys can look this up, look up bleacher bums from the Chicago Cubs back in the 70s, 80s.
They were snorting cocaine all day.
Man, they were in the outfield. The fans were out there throwing drugs. Outfielders out there picking it up, doing the drugs in between innings.
Popping greenies all day.
You know what I'm saying? You name it, you call it, they're doing it. Nowadays, they just get drunk and play video games in the clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? It's a long season.
So I guess they just don't have anywhere to go. I mean, that's just the thing. They can't chill in the clubhouse. Normally, so you're saying that normally they chill in the clubhouse, and that's their like the big boys, the big teams clubhouse. So now they don't have that anymore. Now they're trying to go out and find other ways to entertain themselves. That's what you're saying, Jill?
Basically, yeah. So, baseball players is a long season. They're always on the road. Most clubhouses are like, I could talk about the Cubs. The Cubs currently remodeled their clubhouse and is basically set up as a club, like literally set up as a club.
Mm-hmm.
One side of it, the other side of it is a gym. But like because of COVID, they can't use any of that anymore. So I don't know. And listen, baseball, they have the strongest player union out of any major sports.
Yeah, and that baffles me how we are like they have the strongest player union, but they hadn't put their foot down to get better restrictions or better accommodations for them to protect themselves from COVID. So maybe they want these self-inflicted wounds.
Right.
I think they're just willing to learn the hard way. A lot of athletes think that they're invincible. And a lot of situations, they spent all their, I guess you could call it downtime, arguing over salaries and the cap and getting everything together, that they forgot to spend time on safety. So once they figured out their CBA or whatever, they're like, let's just go. And they kind of had a feeling of if they catch it, they catch it.
Right.
And they're basically just trying to go survival of the fittest on who's got the deepest roster. So I'd be willing to bet that most teams are kind of mailing it in anyway. They're just going to try to see if the Dodgers and the Red Sox and the Yankees can pull through, and they'll just manage throughout the season. So as long as they stay healthy, we won't see anything drastic happen. But what they didn't plan for is whole teams going out as one and catching it as a whole. That's like kids and chicken pox.
Right. Well, talking about it, let's pull up the Ballas Union standings.
Why are you gonna do this, Jill? Why are you going to do this?
Ooh.
Why are you gonna do this?
I like it.
Yeah. You know who got the highest win percentage?
Who?
The Braves?
Marlins.
The Marlins?
Yeah, they haven't played any games because of COVID.
What are you talking about? They're not in first place.
Hey, every win is not a win.
No, it's not, man. But it is what it is. See, like right now, you see that 7-4 record for the Mets. Probably
that says 4-7, my brother. 4-7.
My dyslexia kicked in. But that 4-7 record, I'll give them about another 5 to 10 games, and then I'm done with baseball after that. So,
hey, baseball might be done with baseball in 5 to 10 games too.
Right.
So that's how my fandom with the Mets go. If we winning, I'm on with you. If we losing, on to the next.
How you feeling about those Braves, Smash?
Oh, we good, man. I'm telling you, we gonna be there. We might be in the chip.
Okay.
You don't believe that yourself.
Yeah. I see the Tigers leveled off.
I'm surprised that the Tigers got that many wins, to be honest with you. So, like, I'm going moral victory this year. So if it's 60 games, if we can go, I'm gonna say 25 and 35, I'll call it a successful season.
Hey, look at it like this, CP. If we were adding, you would have the same record as the Cubs.
Hey, but we still be losing to the Dodgers and the Braves.
So, where to find a silver line there, Smash?
I'm trying, man.
Appreciate it, man. We're just sitting this season out, but we got that number 1 draft pick. He about to come up. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good eventually. I just can't wait.
That's good. But yeah, and the Yankees are 8-1, the Evil Empire.
Yeah, Aaron Judge is on fire.
Yeah. Yep. But I just care about my Cubs. They've been timely hitting, starting rotation has been great. The bullpen's a mess, but somehow we're pulling off these games.
Right. I mean, the Cubs are I don't know. With your Cubs, it's like they'll start off good, and then they'll wane, then they'll pick back up. It just hit or miss with the Cubs, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But with the short season, that starting off good is all we need at this point. And then we'll go through our slump at the end of the season. We'll be
Right.
hot for the playoffs. We got another ship.
That's wishful thinking, that Gio.
Either you in one chip in 400 years, and all of a sudden you ready to go back.
Hey man, we've been greedy at this point.
You talking about hundreds and hundreds of generations that passed and haven't seen the Cubs win a World Series. Gio, keep tooting your horn, bro, because you were living to see it. So
Right.
you can't knock the brother hustle for that one.
Nope. We're moving along. The WNBA took a big hit with rookie sensation Sabrina getting hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, she rolled her ankle against Smash's team, man. Smash over there, messing people up.
With the Dream?
Yep, against the Dream.
And that picture, you should have showed the picture. Well, now don't show the picture of it. It looked like it was nasty, bro.
Yeah, I'm not going to show that.
They only got, what, 3 games in?
It was nasty, bro. The way her ankle was rolled over and the side of her foot was flat on the ground. It was nasty ankle roll. A grade 3. That should have been like a grade 10.
Ooh.
Is their season over with?
Well, they say she only out for a month, but isn't the WNBA season only like a month anyway? 6 weeks?
It's only 22 games.
Yeah, it's 22 games. So you think they play what, 2 to 3 games a week?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if they make the playoffs, she'll be back for the playoffs possibly.
Right.
Yeah.
Does she have a overseas team yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, they all do. I mean, they play here and then they play overseas. You know, they don't make enough money in America.
Right.
So she definitely have to go overseas and play. They all do. So
right.
It's good. The Ballas Union has love for the WNBA. You know, we just too bad the highlight news clip is an injury.
Right.
Well, there's another thing too. So I was doing some more research. So the WNBA has a league pass, and you think because it's a paid subscription, some of that revenue will go back to the players, and it obviously is not. But if you purchase this league pass, they still black out games, so they still not getting the exposure they need, and this falls directly on the NBA.
How you gonna black out the games and it's only about 4 or 5 games?
Yeah, exactly. First of all, let's get to the real issue. Why they have a league pass? All the games should just be free to watch anywhere, like CBS or NBC.
That's true.
But they don't even have they don't have an alphabet contract, right? With none of the major alphabet, ABC, NBC, CBS, none like that, right? Fox.
No, only thing major that happened, ESPN.
Well, ESPN is part of ABC though, right?
Yeah, they all together. But you would think that they would get at least one game a week or something in prime time or something. So they got piss poor negotiation skills. They need to find out who their commissioner is or something and do some better publicity and marketing for them.
Yeah, they need to get some of those players rep from MLB over there, the WNBA. Help them out.
Yeah.
And that leads into them not why they can't get paid what they want to get paid because they got piss poor representation.
Yeah.
Yep. And it goes back to, like we were saying, marketing, and now we unfold more layers to this. He was like, this is just a whole mess. Like they need a restart, basically.
Yeah, basically they do.
Told you, man. I'm saying like this, man. They need to be like, before shows. When you got the main person that you go to see, but the acts before that, that's what the WNBA, they need to play before, like the Lakers and the Clippers. They need to play the game before that so everybody can watch and then roll into that game.
Well, but
I'll even do you one better since they got 3 games back to back. Put them in the middle game.
Yeah, because actually you need to put them in the middle. That way the fans who are there, they can't help but watch the game. So you have a packed crowd, a packed virtual crowd.
Or either they use that for their happy hour. The way these stadiums look and the way people set up their tailgates and games and everything. They're like, oh, this game is on. Let me go Let me go eat. Let me go another round.
Use it as a long commercial break.
You're right.
You saying lines of the snack bar gonna be packed.
You're right. Now that's cool. I sit there and watching. I like the game, but I don't know if that's. I think that could backfire on a lot of people.
I'm a proponent of them lowering the rim by a foot. If they can lower the rim by a foot, I think it'll be a more of an exciting game because it's only so many layups and awkward jump shots you can watch.
No, but the jump shots be fundamental. That's gonna mess up the shot if you bring everything down a little bit.
Hey man,
if we just doing that just so we can get a couple more dunks, I don't think the trade-off is worth it.
It's not necessarily dunks, but you'll get a more above the rim type of game if you lower the rim by a foot.
We might get some 80s NBA.
Why is college women's basketball more entertaining than WNBA though?
I think people like college sports just in general. Anyway, I think the programs are more established, and I think there's more history tied up in it that even if you're not the biggest fan, you can at least pull for a team in your division. Like if if you're from Michigan, you want the Michigan girls to beat the Ohio State girls, no matter what sport it is.
Right.
If you're from Auburn, you want them to beat Alabama in whatever it is.
Whatever sport.
If you're from Duke or Carolina, you want them to beat them. So there's still rivalries, there's still divisions, and then there's still powerhouse teams. I mean, you got UConn, you got Baylor, you got Tennessee, Notre Dame. So there's still schools that are supremely dominant. If you look at the WNBA history, it's been 20, 25 years. Some of the main powerhouses have already packed up and gone to different markets. Shout out Detroit Shock. But also, what was the Houston team that won like the first 4 or 5?
Comets.
Yeah. So I think there's still so much volatility, even though they're starting to get successful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as easy to jump into history or to jump into longtime fandom. So
I can buy that answer. I can buy that.
You can take that, Smash.
Yeah, that was.
So the NFL has until Thursday, or players in the NFL have until Thursday to do their voluntary or emergency or medical opt-out for the season. And a big name, well, not a big name, but it's definitely a big name on this show. Matt Stafford opt-out.
He's not going to opt out.
Yeah, he opted out.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
When?
A couple days ago.
No, he was placed on the COVID list a couple days ago, but he got cleared this afternoon. It was a false positive. But his wife went crazy on Twitter talking about, well, she always go crazy, which is kind of cool. She'd be clapping back at a lot of people. But a lot to do because,
She has some serious health issues, don't she?
Yeah, like she had brain surgery, and then she had a couple other things, and he's got like 4 girls, so even his passes for boys get intercepted. But he got a bunch of kids, and so that would have been a real bad situation for him to have it. And again, similar to LeBron, but I'm not comparing the two. Off the court or off the field, like he's a stand-up dude. He does a lot of work. He does a lot of just outreach. So he's a really cool dude. My problems are on third down and whatnot. But other than that, so it's definitely not something, you were like, all right, cool. I'm glad that he's okay. And I'm glad that, he can be back throwing picks for us in no time. But yeah, fortunately it was a false positive, but I definitely think that there are going to be a lot more people opting out in these next couple of days if they can afford it. My biggest surprise was all the Patriots that did it.
Oh, they're tanking. Unofficially.
Yeah, they're definitely tanking.
Yeah, but that's wrong that they're going to do Cam like that. Unless Cam is just going to go out here and ball in a losing season just so he can get to the next team to get his contracts back.
That's all it. I mean, Cam has something to play for. right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if he puts up some major stats and he does well, then he can go on to his next team. So he has to play.
Right, but he's got something to play for, but you need somebody to play with.
Well, you're gonna take it. You're gonna take, and then really with Cam, I don't really think it's his ability to play quarterback. I think it's more of the locker room, the off the field antics, showing that he can be a model citizen off the football field. Because I don't think anybody questioned his heart and his love and his passion to play football. I think it's more of the diva in him showing up in the locker room and off the field. I think that's more of he got to show a better representation of that.
Right. Well, it wasn't that bad of a deal when he was winning. So they only get mad when he loses.
No, I mean, it was always, that's one thing about Cam. There was always something to take shots at Cam. Cam has always given you, bulletin board material to take shots at him, whether he was losing or when he's winning or losing. In the Super Bowl, when he didn't dive for the fumble, those type of things that they want to see him take that extra effort. When he gets sacked, he crying about getting sacked because he's a running quarterback. Well, you're a running quarterback. You expose it. Once you break that pocket, you are a runner. So stop crying and just run the football if that's what you want to do.
Fair point. But if you remember the lady in Tennessee that was all upset with him when they were winning that game, that was during that season where they went to the Super Bowl. So for those first 16 games where they went 15-1 and into the playoffs, like even the playoff game where he came back on Russell Wilson and them, didn't nobody care about all that. But as soon as he has a bad game, where Von Miller ate him for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and he didn't dive on the football, and then he threw a temper tantrum in the press conference.
Right.
They put 20 games worth of pent-up aggression all on him, and he still hasn't recovered.
So only 20?
Yes, winning is the best medicine. He can get away with that if the score is higher than the other teams.
Right. I just think he's going to take heat regardless. I think his reputation precedes him on and off the field.
Yeah, he already is. I've seen some clips and some interviews from the Boston radio shows that are talking about, Bill Belichick better keep him in line, and we don't need all that dancing and what's it called, the dab and all that stuff. We don't need all that.
Yeah, he went to that Boston. That's a whole nother beast.
I'm glad Mookie Betts got out.
Betts.
Oh yeah. Man, I thought Stafford was gone because I really want to see Chase Daniel earn his money.
I promise you, I didn't know Chase Daniel was on the team till y'all told me. I was sitting there going along with the article talking about, I can't believe Chase Daniel back in the Lions. Oh,
listen, I believe Chase Daniel can't believe he's on the team. He was sitting around playing putt.
You don't want to play.
His agent called him like, for real? I got 13 million.
Look,
hey, I gotta
Chase
go.
Daniel going to quarantine Matt Stafford himself. Talking about, we need to get you back, brother. I didn't plan on doing anything this year.
Yeah, right. We get you healthy.
I'm in the clipboard Hall of Fame.
That is.
So I reorganized the top 100 list.
Thank you, Jill.
Yes, reorganized. So let's start with the quarterbacks, and this is worse than what I initially thought.
Worse. So, wow, Lamar Jackson at 1, Russell Wilson 2, Patrick Mahomes 4.
So, that's their ranking overall on 100, but Mahomes 3.
Yeah. That's that could be almost right. I mean,
you definitely need to switch Lamar and Mahomes.
Ryan Tannehill's too high.
It's definitely too high. Josh Allen's too high.
You think Patrick Mahomes is number 1?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, he deserves to be number 1. I think Deshaun Watson needs to move up right behind Breeze.
Brady needs to go down because he's been horrible the last couple of years.
And that's the thing. Is like, are we judging this off of currently the previous season going into this season? Or are we doing this over as a career?
I don't know. Well, I'm assuming it doesn't make no sense how they're doing it. It's either some people probably did career, some people did last season, some people did, I guess, forecasting what's going to be for this season.
Right.
Because like Kyle Murray's in there.
And he shouldn't be on the list at all. I don't even know why. Ryan Tannehill should be on the list. Kirk Cousins. I mean, come on, man.
I think somebody's taking out a payday loan on Kyler Murray because they got new receivers, so they're like, we'll get it back.
People that are currently playing, right?
Yeah.
Currently playing. It's not all the time.
Top 100. I mean, I think there's probably at least 5 more players that's better than those bottom 4 quarterbacks that deserve to be on that list versus these 4 quarterbacks at the bottom down there. Dak is on this list. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, because if you was doing last year, because you got Kyle Murray on there, Winston needs to be on this list, regardless how you feel about him.
You can put him at number 30 or number 30-30.
30-30.
He definitely had a better year than Tannehill, Josh Allen, and Kyle Murray put together.
Right. I mean, I can see it, and I can see the list better now. Now that you dissected it and put it into positions, but I really think Deshaun is not getting his just due. I think Deshaun needs to be moved up, probably right behind Breeze. Russell Wilson, I think he's probably a solid number 2 or 3 for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, he's quietly becoming consistent. So,
yeah.
What'd you say, CB?
I said he's quietly becoming more and more consistent every year, even though he's not necessarily going back to the Super Bowl, and he's still a tough out to get, and he still puts up numbers. Yeah. And he works well with the running game, even though it seems to be a new running back every week.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much turnover in Seattle with different positions, and he just seems like he's that, that constant, that player that you can count on.
Right. Let's go. Let's move on. So now we got the running backs.
I really didn't like the quarterback.
I didn't like it either, Smash. Derrick Henry, I'm cool with that. Christian McCaffrey, I'm cool with that. Delvin Cook played. He was hurt a lot last year.
Yeah,
he was hurt a lot his whole career, so I don't know why he's number 3.
They're banking on potential just because he's really fast.
Ezekiel Elliott is being totally disrespected because I think Ezekiel should probably be number 2.
I think they're counting on Dak to throw those little screen passes to him. I think the bar was raised so high for him that he had no choice but to fall down a little bit.
I mean, but where did he fall, though? I mean,
it's not that he fell. It's just he did really, 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 really good before, and this time he only did 2 really goods. So
I don't know. I mean, he's averaging He's averaging over 1,000 yards a season for his career. I mean, isn't that the benchmark for a running back? You want to see your running back hit that 1,000-yard mark, and he's consistently done that. Even when he missed 6 games, when he was suspended for 6 games, he still came back and hit that benchmark.
I think they're still counting the suspension because if he does all that to get his yards, then imagine what he could have done if he had played the whole thing. And he plays for the Cowboys, so there's going to be extra pressure and extra whatever on that. Of course, they expect him to win a Super Bowl, and they hold him accountable if he hasn't, even though nobody wins a Super Bowl in 30 years.
I get that. I dig that. I think Alvin Kamara needs to be higher. Mark Ingram needs to be higher.
But again, they didn't have as best years as they had, the previous year. So
the top 100 period, or they are ranked by position.
This is the ranking by positions. The number on the right is their top 100 ranking. So in theory,
overall, if you filter it, this is how they shake up.
This is how they shake up if you filter the numbers out. So this is where the players say these are the top players in the NFL according to them. So, and this list comes out every year, and every year I have a gripe with this list because a lot of times, like once we get to the wide receivers, then I'll bust out laughing when you see this list.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that right now.
It's gonna be one wide receiver that's gonna catch your eye, and look how many there are. Like they
tight ends. There's only 3 tight ends.
See if you can pick out the glaring player on this list.
Kittle,
Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Smash. That's the glaring. I'm like, why is he on this list at all, man?
Respect. No, because he got I ain't got nothing for him.
Exactly.
I like him. He's a nice guy.
I like him overall. Like,
He's a Hall of Famer, but he doesn't belong on this list, man.
Y'all putting Kittle over Hopkins though?
That's a tight end. No.
No. I put the wide receivers and tight ends together, and that's how it panned out. Definitely, Devontae Adams is too low on the list. He's a top 5 receiver in the game.
Wasn't he hurt?
Yeah, but so was all of the running backs and quarterbacks, and they put him up.
Listen, if you putting rookie quarterbacks on your top 100, then everybody should be able to make this list. If you got Larry Fitzgerald on this list, I mean, what's the criteria for these players? What are they thinking?
Very disrespectful.
Yeah, maybe they added community service, and that counts for something.
Yeah.
How they are off the field.
Yeah, it's got to be.
So then we got, this is just interior defensive linemen. I didn't put no edge rushers. This is actually probably the most accurate list of them all.
Cam Haywood is way too low, and I'm not being biased.
No, this is just interior linemen.
Oh, okay.
I'm okay with that.
Gerald Casey, I would think would be a little bit higher.
Not after Buckner killed last year, and then Donna and Jones are unstoppable.
Yeah, Jones and Arnold, I'm cool with that. I just think I would put Casey above Buckner.
Okay. This is probably the most accurate. Then I came up with the edge rushers, and this is how they ranked them. This is all over the place as well.
Khalil Mack. See,
he had a bad year.
I have a problem. Exactly. I have a problem with him making the list this high. I have a problem with that. I think Cam should be.
Cam killed that too.
Yeah, Cam, that's what I'm saying. I think he's. I don't know. I can't complain with him being top 5. JJ Watt. TJ Watt is definitely too high. JJ Watt shouldn't even be on the list at all
because he can't stay healthy.
The Bosa, I think I would lump all the Bosa brothers together.
Just take them and average them.
Yeah. And just put Bosa brothers and just give them one solid rank.
Right. And Myles Garrett, he got suspended, but before he was suspended, he was on the tear and had that Browns defense like top of the league.
Yeah. I like to see the Danielle Hunter. That's much love from his actual fellow players. That's cool.
Yep. Moving along. So I got linebackers because there's a lost art on one side and the safeties on the other. That's how much respect they give for linebackers and safeties.
And that so it looks like to me that the NFL players love offense. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh yeah, that's how they get paid.
It looks like they love offense.
And that's how the refs do the game.
They've been disrespecting my Falcons. I don't even like this list.
Julio was on there.
Julio was on the list.
Yeah, and as much I always tell people I'm not a fan of him, but Matt Ryan should have been on that quarterback.
I agree with you.
That somebody like Kyler Murray and
Kyler Murray. Come on.
They need to be taken off that list. Yeah, but this list is based off of what the players feel. This is the players saying this,
right?
So it's kind of like they're saying they believe the same thing we believe about Matt Ryan.
He ain't nothing.
Was that a Chicago Bears person talking? Ain't had a quarterback since a quarter was that.
Hey, we don't believe in quarterbacks in Chicago.
Okay, wait. Let's get this on wax. Gio, who was the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history? What's his name?
Jay Cutler.
No, that's not going to Cutler.
Sid Luckman?
I just wanted to be put on wax that he said Sid Luckman.
He was a punter, kicker. He was everything, man. Holder, you name it.
Who's playing both leagues in the NFL?
He sounds like he's a shoe salesman.
In every position. The kicker, the punter. quarterback, the wide receiver, and the coach.
You need a new car? Come on down and see Sid Luckman.
He hyped the ball to himself and then threw it to himself for the touchdown.
Sid Luckman. Oh, that's so funny to me.
Yeah,
better call Sid.
And last on the list, we got the
kickers.
The kickers?
Cornerback. Shut down corners.
Oh, we know who dominate this list.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy Patrick Peterson is not on the list because he got burnt last year in many games.
Patrick Peterson deserves to be on this list. Again, if Larry Fitzgerald can make anybody's list, Pat Peterson should be on this list. I don't really think Richard Sherman
might be a little too high.
He needs to be taken off this list and thrown away, bro. Come on, man.
I don't even know who they play for.
Richard Sherman was a pioneer. He was practicing social distance before social distance was a thing in that Super Bowl.
Listen, right? He wasn't trying to cover nobody, touch nobody. Now, I mean, I'm cool with Gilmore up there. I think Darius Slay is way too low. You talking about Darius Slay is worse than Marlon Humphreys?
Hey, Darius Slay about to have the year of his life now that he's off the Lions. Watch what I tell you.
He was good for Detroit.
I know, but once you leave, you get better.
Addition by subtraction, I see.
Hey, it's the Detroit training facility. You're going to see it live.
So we talking about Marcus. You really think Marcus Peters should be that high on this list?
No, that's historical data.
No,
that's got to
think because I can name a lot over. I can name Chris Harris over Marcus Peterson. King from the Chargers plays better than Marcus. Marcus Peterson takes too much risk for me to like him. He gets burned a lot as well.
He getting old.
Yeah, I mean it's time for him to move over to the safeties list.
Yeah, and then last roundup for football. I know you guys all heard about this.
Oh yeah, I was excited about this. Yes,
Spencer Strasmore.
Yeah, Spencer Strasmore went off his reality. He's finally got him. He didn't get just a team. He got a whole league in real life.
And he got it cheap as hell.
Hey,
it's not cheap. Everybody keeps saying it's cheap. It's not cheap because he's got to take on that debt, and they're between $10 and $50 million worth of debt. So he got it cheap, but he bought a whole lot of debt. That's what he did.
So this really is like Ballers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, if he's smart, he gets Kevin Hart to do something for this league.
Oh, Kevin Hart's the new face of the franchise. He's the media guy for it.
He need to be the sideline reporter or the next John Madden or
master of ceremonies.
This is where like your puffies need to come in. All them people that's been trying to get an NFL team, this is where they need to come in because they can put their own spin and flavor on this type of thing.
Now, see, I don't want a clown show now. I definitely don't want a clown show, right? I don't want us to.
When XFL first came out, it's how the NFL took all that stuff from them now, like the cameras on the field, went down. So they took all that from the XFL, so they can come in and do this right. Huh?
Even the kickoff stuff.
Yeah, I love the kickoff rule. The kickoff rule needs to be implemented from the pro game all the way down to Little League. That has been really entertaining to see that. And it takes less pressure off of the players' bodies on those kickoffs. That was definitely innovative. I'm just glad to see that when it comes to sports that we're definitely getting ready to own something. I'm proud of Dwayne for this. Man.
It's not official yet. It got to go through the bankruptcy courts or whatnot. That'll happen later this week. So just make sure he doesn't get screwed over. And then I was surprised at first. It said Dwayne Johnson also with Danny Garcia, and I'm thinking Danny Garcia the boxer, but is Danny Garcia his ex-wife?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's big, and that shows a lot. They still, because she was a financial guru. She worked her way up, and then became. Then she started managing all of Dwayne Johnson stuff. And she's a smart cookie as well.
She probably said, "Hey, if you buy this, you don't have to pay me alimony no more."
Right. This gonna be a new day.
Him, I want to say she knows her stuff about how to invest and all that. She
do well. Yeah, she's definitely not a person that you would think that's living off of the Rock's fame. She's definitely got the whole thing going.
She's the reason why the Rock got money now.
Mm-hmm. She helped him, but she helped him build his career. So whatever he got, she definitely deserves a piece of it.
True.
Take notes, young listeners. Get yourself the right woman.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but at the same time, where do you guys see this XFL going? What do you think is the next step with this XFL? Do you think we get a season in 2021, or you think this is 2 years away or 3 years away from now?
It's probably 2 years away.
I say he could have capitalized on this pandemic and have a bubble, and then that would definitely screw the NFL.
Yeah, and while you say that is very true, because you got a lot of players that are starving that would jump on this opportunity and actually be, like the college game. You don't hear much about the college kids running around acting like crazies like the pros do. So I think that you're probably right. You probably get a good brand of, a healthy brand of football, I say.
I think you can't rush it, though. I think the reason why we're seeing such success with the NBA is because they put a lot of effort into it, and they put a lot of resources into it. And they even had some failures, but they had plans to work through the failure. The reason why you see baseball not doing as well as they are doing is because they were just like, all right, cool, let's go for it.
Right.
Football is wavering around in the middle. They've kind of accepted their fate that they can't really do a bubble. Hockey is kind of up and down. So for the XFL to just get bought today or this week, meaning that it's been in the works for probably a month or so, that's not enough time to establish teams, establish coaches, because this league was dead. It'd be one thing if the league was going on and this is just new ownership, but the league was pronounced dead. It was bankrupt. It had ended pre-pandemic.
Well, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. The league was thriving until COVID took place. They had really good numbers. They had really good viewership. They had really good fans coming to the game. So he had something going. And COVID.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Smash.
That's why I think he could get it back up, like even now, because like Godey was saying, they had the teams going before COVID. They had schedule and everything, and people were watching it because it was during that down period, no football anyway. So people wanted to see it, and it got good reviews. And I think if they take it and make this like similar to the NBA's G League, I think they could really do something, like a team that maybe they cut this player, but they still go play in the XFL and maybe have an option to come back or something, however they do it. But I think this has a lot of potential. And the thing that I like about this whole situation is this was a employee who bought the franchise from his employer, because Vince McMahon owned the XFL, and The Rock was a wrestler back in the day when the XFL just started up, and now he's owning that. So I like to see from the bottom to the top.
Yeah. But do you think it would mess it up if they were treated like a farm team? I think part of the success of it was because it was separate from the NFL. I mean, you want it to be a pipeline, but if you're mandated to it, do you think that changes the scope of it?
It's perfect. The placement of spring football is perfect, in line with being the form, like the quasi form team for the NFL, because once their season over with, the OTAs are starting. They're getting ready to go into training, getting ready to start all the NFL stuff. So now you can place. Now, what I would love to see is like those rookies that didn't get drafted. Those guys getting there. Some of those rookies that did get drafted go play in there and see what you got. This is a chance for you to see what you have before the season starts. It's kind of like, here's a chance for you for the NFL to do away with, say, like 2 preseason games and let those kids get those reps in that XFL. It has its place, man. It definitely has a place where you need to be, because like sometimes you might have a kid that kid might not want to go to college, man. He might just not be college material. Let him go. He can go play XFL or something like that, man.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but The Rock Dwayne Johnson has a good relationship with Vince McMahon, which is crazy because Vince McMahon is known to be shady in business. But The Rock asked for, the name The Rock when he was crossing over to his movie career, and Vince McMahon just gave it to him. He didn't have to pay for it, nothing. He didn't give him a hassle, nothing like that.
Well, I'm pretty sure The Rock has put some money in Vince McMahon's pocket.
Oh yeah.
Gotta go back and look at his career, man. He
Right.
I mean, it was like him, Goldberg,
Stone Cold,
what's the other one name?
Undertaker,
Triple H.
Hulk Hogan.
No, we're gonna
Triple H married his daughter.
Yeah, so you're talking about an era of wrestling where they actually made him a ton of money. So for him to just give him the name, that was like 2 tears in the bucket. Take it out, man. Appreciate the love. When he can when he can allocate $500 million to the XFL, Vince McMahon got some bread.
Oh, absolutely.
He got some bread.
Yeah. Yep, moving along with the NBA, it's looking like the bubble is working.
Say it again, Jill.
I said it looks like the bubble is working. It's either the bubble's working or somebody's lying.
There you go. I was waiting for that to come.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Jill ain't believing none of the hype, bro. He is not believing the hype. On wax, off wax. Jill like, I don't believe none of this.
Well, I told you they was gonna hire them escorts to be hotel staff and trainers.
Yeah. No, here's my biggest thing is we all knew people was in and out the bubble, but what kind of air filtration system do they have? Because this is what I do in my day job. And I know if you just got a regular AC, they ain't stopping COVID.
Well, there's a perimeter, right? There's a certain amount of area that can't be accessed. So I don't think. I mean, that's not there's not birds just walking around just picking up COVID and just dropping it off at the nearest tree or something like that.
No, so but you got like the workers, you know what I'm saying? Or let's say you go in there and you test positive and like, okay, you can't work today or you can't work here ever again. You know what I'm saying? And they're still in that vicinity.
But I think it's more like those cooks and stuff are there, right? Like they on the camp. Right?
They ain't going home. They just going to a little shack.
Right, their little hut. Right.
Or one of these back room hotels.
Well, I don't know. The massage therapists could come in and out.
Well, that's because they're massage therapists.
Right. Client.
But I mean, it worked for I think the bubble thing works and people should be looking at it because it worked for Tyler Perry. He had his people stay on set. 6 people tested before they started for COVID.
He owned a whole county in Georgia.
Right. But I think that's the new model though. That's the new model. Whether Gio wants to believe the hype or not, that's the new model. If you want to get something done like that on a mass scale, they all have to be housed together and go through whatever you have to go through, accept it. But Gio not buying.
You might be hiding COVID in that beard.
Yeah, I might be. I know I've been exposed because I took a flight, and I'll tell you right now, if you get on an airplane, you got COVID or you've been exposed to COVID. They got no precautions, no prevention for that.
Nah, I would drive from here. I mean, until COVID gets eradicated, I'm driving, man. I can't.
Yeah.
I hope my car can float because I'm not going anywhere.
That's how James Harden got it.
The beard.
The beard, yeah. So talk about James Harden. The Rockets are looking good.
Fool's gold. This is still the regular season, whether it's 82 games or 8.2 games. Fool's gold.
Go Rockets. Go Rockets. Come on now, TP.
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. I'm looking out for you.
I am optimistic, cautiously optimistic about my team. Right. I definitely see. I'm definitely excited about the simple fact that we at any game, any close of a game, if we're in it, I like my chances with Harden and Westbrook. So many teams can't say they have a set of closers if you're in the game. Now, if we getting blown out, then that's different. But if we're in the tight game, I like my chances. You can't say that about many teams. Right?
That's fair, but the refs swallow their whistle at the end of the game, and one of those players really likes the refs.
We're gonna.
That's he said. That's why they got 2, right?
We're gonna see.
Yeah. So Smash. Our teams ain't in it.
Unfortunately,
CP. He was. I don't know about the Pistons.
We chilling. Don't worry about what we doing. We about to sign J. Cole.
Right.
We about to do what the Hornets couldn't do for Master P. We about to do it.
And it's going to end up with the same result. He's going to end up with a signed jersey and send him on it back. Send him on it. As much as I love J. Cole, right? That set shot he got and that slow dribble he got, it's not going to work, man.
He just needs some better shoes, man. He be playing in Rockports. So
right.
Gotta work him
out. Playing walking shoes.
Yeah, we got to get him a shoe deal. He gonna be all right.
And then what else happened? Lakers clinched #1 in the West. That's why BTG ain't here. He's out celebrating. You know what I'm saying? We talked to him right before we got on wax. He was over there in the Staples Center doing donuts.
Hey, Lakers clinching the division was never a thing until LeBron got there.
Right. I was going to post a question on the Twitter account about Jonathan Isaac. Do you agree? I mean, do you approve or disapprove of him standing? Saying when everybody else was taking a knee for Black Lives Matter and then wearing Black Lives Matter shirts, and he did none of the above.
Listen,
I don't care.
Karma like COVID is undefeated. Because as soon as he did that, turned around and got hurt. So that answers your question right there.
Wow.
He got hurt. So Karma fixed that for. Thank you, Miss Karma.
he said, blame God, huh?
He was cool with his, like, if you don't want to do it, cool, don't do it. But once he started talking, it just went downhill. Like, he would have done better off just by either saying no comment or, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. Karma fixed it all, so I'm cool with that at this point.
That's horrible. You can't wish that on that man's knee like that.
I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, but
I don't know. I think it's becoming clickbait again, and like they're putting it on the ticker. Like that's not a ticker item. I don't care who does it or who doesn't do it. It's not a ticker item.
Right.
Right.
It's just not, and just they're even showing how Greg Popovich, who's been down with everything and been woken every other word you want to use, he said he ain't kneeling no more. That doesn't need to be a ticker item. He can
he's old though. He can't kneel.
Fair point. But if everybody's kneeling, what are we kneeling for? And at the beginning of the baseball season, they all kneel. What was that? The Yankees and the Nationals. Mm-hmm. They did the cowboy Jerry Jones thing where you kneel and smile and wink at the camera, and then you get up and sing the anthem. I don't need it.
I mean, I'm more about action. Give me some action. I'm tired of the gestures. Give me some action, man. Show me, open the, give me. I want to hear the NBA, the NFL, the MLBs, every major league team say, you know what? For every dollar that we make, a quarter goes to eradicated justice towards blacks and minorities, whatever you want to say it is, and put your money where your mouth is. Put your efforts where your mouth is, and all these gestures, you can miss me with this now.
And that's what I want to see. I want to see the action. Like if you always see the NBA, they good at that, and the NFL is good with like showing their little commercials, how they doing stuff in the community or whatever. That's what I want to see. I want to see you go like these NBA people, go take your money and really sit down and see how we can get like police reform or or some community centers for the kids in the impoverished neighborhoods, so they have a place to go and all that stuff. Like you're not impressing me with just putting it on your shirt. Hell, I can go make a shirt on the cricket.
Right. I want to see the committee reports. I want to see the balance sheets and see what we're spending and see where we're going. Show me the receipts, literally.
Right.
Or and it's not even just throwing money at it either. Like show me the work.
Yeah.
That's way more important than these jerseys I can't read.
Yeah.
I saw JJ Redick playing. Who's he play for? The Pelicans. I saw his shirt. I thought it said "All Lives Matter," but it said "Say her name."
Say her name.
I was like, oh, okay. He was doing for like Breonna Taylor and all that, which was great. But him shooting a jump shot, I was like, did he put "All Lives Matter"? Oh.
Say her name.
I expect that from. I expect that from Haywood, Gordon Hayward.
I don't know.
It's not his first time playing with black people. He ain't dumb.
I just want to see more action. I want to see for the month of whatever, all NBA players are out in their communities where they're.
Well, they can. It's COVID. They're in the bubble.
Listen, they're around here going get lap dances and all this other kind of stuff, blaming it on wings.
They are good wings, though. I mean,
I'm told they are good.
I heard that they were delicious.
They're good wings. I could vouch for that.
So all you guys, all you guys have been to Magic City for the wings. That's what you're telling me.
What's it called again?
I went to Magic City for the show, and I stayed for the wings.
You stayed for the wings, so you went there for the show, but stayed for the food.
Yeah,
I'm not buying. I think it was the other way around. You were hungry and realized, oh, this is a strip club. But I need to partake.
Some of those establishments are known for pretty good food. I mean,
yeah, like your Tootsie's in Miami, man. You get a prime. Now let me stop.
Magic City wings are not getting the Beard Award. Let's be honest here now.
Yeah,
I mean, but his name is on the wings too. So like, I would go where my name is on something.
Right. Moving along. I don't know if you guys caught that Mike Wang interview with 2K TV, and they also had Agent 00 on there, and he was talking about the green window. He's saying, "So only all green shots go in."
No,
moving forward in 2K.
Never win.
Wait. Say that again?
So you hit greens. We got the all whites, and the all whites are determined by random number generator. Depends if they go in or not. And then, so what he's saying is, green shots are the only ones that go in.
I need that greenish yellow.
I mean, first of all, let's be real here and let's get rid of this daggone shot meter period. I think it should be, for me, I think it should be a window between green and a little bit under, a little bit over, so you get that bounce back. So nobody had, come on, man, we're talking about people making NBA shots. Nobody makes a perfect shot. You talking about when what's his name made that last section, when Kawhi Leonard made that last second shot going to the corner, you tell me that was a green? You tell me that was a
green. In 2K's eyes. Because I see a lot of people in the park make that fadeaway three as well.
Come on. That shot meter is so unrealistic. It's ridiculous, man.
It's still a video game though, too. So I think you got to keep some of that video game aspect in. Like of course you have the green and then you got the little slightly, but I think there should be some little glitch in there where if it's just a horrible all the way in the red, that it just magically trickles in every now and again, just so you can throw the controller at the screen. Just to keep you awake, because everybody wants this has got to be real. This has got to be 100% authentic. This got to be like I'm out on the court. Yeah. Like, I mean, of course, we'd all like to be out on the court, but if we got to make our games so realistic, like we the ones playing, like you got to throw some trash in there. So you got to throw some. I can't believe this happened. That's not fair. You got to throw,
that in there, CP. It's enough. We say that on the daily. I can't believe that happened.
I can't believe
those make for the best clips, though.
Hey, how many games I went with 50 straight points?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I can't recall. Now, Gio's been hot lately, man. He's been shooting, bro. He's been hot lately. I can't be mad at you, man.
I'm gonna say this: if they make it all green, you might as well put them on that Madden bus.
Right. I'm with you on that, Smash.
No, this is my take on it. Instead of having those all white bars or the full white bars should just be green. And then it's either you make it green or you don't. That's it.
No, because see, my thing is,
your window's bigger though.
How many times are you wide open and your shot is off to just a little bit, bounce back, or you short just a little bit, right? And that shot misses. Come on, man. Those type of shots need to go in, period. If you're wide open and if you in that window, that particular window where there's all green or you miss off a little bit, those shots need to go in.
No, what I'm saying is expand that green window, and then, your jump shot rating, badges, and all that plays a factor. And so, like, if you have your little bounce back, that's when the badges will play a factor, or your 3-point rating will play a factor. So the bounce back wouldn't affect you. So those shots will go in. But what kills me is I shoot all whites, and it's just brick. Like one game, I miss all my shots. Then the next game, I make all my shots. It's ridiculous. There's no consistency in the game.
Yeah. And do away with the layup meter, please. Just get rid of that. That's just pointless. It's just pointless.
Did they have a meter in double dribble?
No.
Double dribble was an intense game.
I mean, at one point in time, 2K didn't have a shot meter either.
Nope. No, it was just all about timing.
All about timing. It was like
that's what it should be.
Right. That's right. I mean, but now you got all, and then you get in the gym sometimes, and you got watching these guys hit all these greens. Like sometimes just over too many greens. Like you watch one guy shooting from half court consistently. I mean, just pulling up and just shooting threes, and he's because he knows how to get this green. It's supposed to go in like that. Come on, man. You got to look about pulling up just take the numbers from an NBA over a course of an NBA season and look at the floor and see where the most shots are being made from, and that's where the most shots will fall from. The corners are the most consistent shot, right? And the top, those. How many times we see cats make from the coach's restrictor line? How many times we see them shoot from there all the time? Because it's hard to defend that little corner, so they shoot from there all the time, and it always goes in. And that's not where a lot of NBA shots are being made from.
Nope. It's just that 1 year Curry did, and that 2K's like everybody can do it.
Right, and that needs to be factored in there as well, man. Like, if Curry is a more consistent shot, more of his stuff needs to fall versus you find that guy that's a 68 overall because his release, he makes just as many shots as Curry. I mean, come on. It makes no sense.
Right. Moving along, Madden put out some notes on how they improve franchise mode. So they hit you with the general. We're gonna improve the AI. We're gonna improve the tuning. You could customize your abilities now, set them up. Like, so before you had to rig the game to get the certain superstar or X Factor ability. Now they'll let you adjust it. But what really got my attention was they're implementing this thing called Commissioner Tool. So now you could have trade approvals on there. You could undo certain transactions that other teams do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess a lot of leagues are upset about people changing positions, so I guess you can undo that. They also say you could reset games in case of a disconnect, and I wish they gave more details on that part, particularly. Like, can you reset the game and put it like, okay, you started the second quarter, the score is 17-10, or is it you just reset the game and it's just a game again because disconnect just does that automatically. So
they're just gonna call this Goodell mode.
Yeah.
You can be Goodell.
It's gonna be Gestapo mode. This is what this is, Gestapo mode. We're talking about now. Gio has sat here and talked for the last 3 minutes on what they're going to put in the game. Where on the PS3 it was already in the game, right?
Sounds like it just lets you be 11 years old again and turn the game off when you're losing.
I mean, it's so funny to hear how people getting excited about stuff that was already there that they removed. Like, we never got this stuff. We're talking about the PS4 has been alive for what, 7-8 years now, and we've never got this stuff back. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It just they missing me with it. They must be looking for This must be for Gen Z, like, because they never seen this stuff before. So I guess this is new to them. But for us, this is crazy. I'm with Smash on this one. This full of bullshit.
Okay.
Hey, all I was looking at when you brought this up was like, damn, Gio getting like BTG. Every week, find a way to slip Madden. Just like he find a way to slip the Lakers in something. I'm like, man, I'm gonna call Madden, man. You need to get paid for this.
I think this is what he's trying to do, Smash. This is what he's definitely trying to do. Because I mean, he's not gonna talk bad about Madden. He ain't gonna say nothing bad about him. So he may be trying, like, he'll go in on 2K, but he got a love and a passion for that Madden.
Hey man, I'm trying to be sponsored. You're gonna see me as one of the MUT coaches. You can see Coach Gio on there on the sideline. It's gonna be a run heavy offense.
You're gonna have a 68 rating overall.
I'll take it. I'll take
Maybe
it.
in the intro packs.
No, man, he'll give him a 99. Shoot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that. I mean, we're big franchise players, and it's just a slap in the face to see the stuff that should be. And then you talking about, and then what the caveat that he didn't say, CP, was this stuff is not even coming day one. This is a after patch. This is going to happen after the patch, and then some of this stuff is not even coming till 22. So that's the part he left out.
Yeah. I didn't even say the 22 stuff yet, but yeah, that's true too. Here's something fun for you, Goldie. They took out the superstar ability study film where it shows you the offensive play art.
Thank you. That two things that EA baffled me with was one was chew the clock up. Like I walk over to the other sideline and say, I'm kicking your ass, and I just want the clock to run. So I'm gonna tell the timekeeper to run 20 seconds off every time we snap the ball. Sounds good to you? Okay, let's do that. And then two, why do you get to see my plays after the play is over with? That just didn't make any sense to me. After every play, you can see what I ran. I don't care if I run the same play over and over and over again. I want you to pick up on it, but I don't want you to be able to get a picture. Like I'm just gonna hand you a picture. Like, here you go. This we're gonna run next, coach. We're gonna keep running. Right. It just made no sense to me, man.
Yeah, just giving kids the ability to practice football without getting on the field.
Hey, that's a new wave now. COVID.
Nah, that's a new wave. Concussions.
Yeah. I'm pro football. Period. I mean, that just comes with the territory. You can turn an ankle, break a neck, all that kind of stuff plays in any sport. So I'm a defender football to the bitter end, CP.
I hear you.
Okay. So any closing remarks? Let's start off with Smash.
Man, forget Madden. Nah, man. It's all good. Y'all look out for these Braves, because that's all I got to look for right now, since they ain't want to put my Hawks in this little whatever 60 games or whatever they playing in the NBA. But I'm rooting for the Braves. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Any closing remarks, Goldie?
I'm good, man. I'm ready for football to start. Just make sure that we figured out the Saints have put their quasi bubble together, and I'm glad for that. Hoping that sparks other teams to do the same.
Yeah. Any closing remarks, CP?
I don't know. Let's just use some of this optimism we have towards sports to using it towards getting our kids together for education, and then also getting our lives together. We've been all locked up. So if this is going to be our representation, we need to figure out what we can do in our own bubbles. So expand your comfort zone, get out of the house just safely, and, give yourself a little bit of breathing room, because when these leagues fall flat or make some different adjustments, it's going to feel a lot harder than you want it to. So treat it for what it is, enjoy it while we have it, but also don't set your whole hopes and dreams on it. Figure out what you can do in your own personal bubble.
Nice. Well, shoot, how you can follow that up?
He do it every time. He do it
all the time. Yeah. SP award right here.
Somebody got to get it.
Oh, gotta get a tearjerker.
I know, right?
That's not a tearjerker. That's a motivational message.
Right.
I'm gonna go CP.
Well, you know where to go to find those.
Right.
Right. Well, on that, then we're out, guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye.